Hey everyone! This is part 3.5 to a series of videos going over every single part of FNAF. The books, the games, even the spin-off books, everything. At least official. So, if you haven't seen parts 1, 2, or 3, I highly suggest you watch them now. Also, while you're there, maybe leave a like, comment, possibly even subscribe. I'd really appreciate the support. With that said, on to the video. The Freddy Files are a series of 3 books that served as guides to some of the elements of FNAF, guides to beating each game, showcases of all the death minigames, and how to get the happiest day minigames of FNAF 3, alongside many more. There was also parts of the game that went over theories or just the lore of the game or minigames that were being talked about. Most of them were, of course, MatPat or other big theorists' theories. Freddy Files was released on August 29th, 2017 and went over the first 4 games. The Freddy Files Updated Edition was released on June 25th, 2019 and went all the way to UCN. The Freddy Files Ultimate Guide was released on December 7th, 2021 and went through Help Wanted to FNAF AR, alongside adding different elements from previous games.
Someone tell me what's going on.
Why, this is a crime scene, and you're the victims.
Who are you?
I'm your employer, Nate. I go by many names. Phone Guy, Mad Pat, Scott Cawthon.
A sort of modern spiritual successor to the Freddy Files after Scott retired, the Security Breach files essentially aim to give a guide to many of the endings of Security Breach, alongside different collectibles and some side content. The first book obviously went over FNAF Security Breach, released on September 20th, 2022, with an updated edition planned to release on April 2nd, 2024, likely to go through missed parts of Security Breach Ruin, the DLC, and Help Wanted 2.
Why are all these clothes in here?
I'm down here a lot, and so I just started storing one shirt, and then one shirt led to another shirt, and they just started to multiply. And then there were just a ton of shirts.
Released on March 1st, 2018, the Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Logbook was a small activity book for fans of the series to go through and have fun, as if they were an employee at Freddy's. But then there was lore. Throughout the book, there were ciphers and a total of 3 entities that spoke in the pages. Mike, making notes in red pen, a mysterious entity messing with the text, and a third entity that would add faded text all throughout the book, asking questions. The community, for the most part, has agreed that the 2 spirits inside the book are the 2 spirits that are also inside of Golden Freddy, the Crying Child and Cassidy. Cassidy is the spirit making the faded text throughout the book, whereas the Crying Child is the one that's actually altering the text. Cassidy is trying to understand who the Crying Child is and help them come to terms with the fact that they are a ghost, a spirit inside of Golden Freddy and the book. And due to the Crying Child being Mike's brother, the Crying Child starts altering text occasionally and saying, "It's me," throughout it. Then, through some crazy clue hunting, the community solved the name of Golden Freddy's spirit before it was confirmed in the 4th closet. I would explain it myself, but it's, complicated, to put it lightly.
2, 1. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Previously, I went over FNAF AR, but kind of forgot to just go over the list of animatronics that are present, just because all of them are basically the same. So, just for the sake of completion, here they are now. Shamrock Freddy, Chocolate Bonnie, Easter Bonnie, Melted Chocolate Bonnie, VR Toy Freddy, High Score Toy Chica and 8-Bit Cupcake, System Error Toy Bonnie, Radioactive Foxy, Toxic Springtrap, Firework Freddy, Liberty Chica and Torch Cupcake, Flamethrower Bear Endo, Broiler Baby, Scorching Chica and Scorching Cupcake, Flaming Springtrap, Ringmaster Foxy, Magician Mangle, Clown Springtrap, Great Escape Golden Freddy, Katrina Toy Chica and Calaverine other Cupcake, Willen Toy Freddy, Boulder Toy Bonnie, Swamp Balloon Boy, Black Ice Frost Bear, Arctic Ballora, Frostbite Balloon Boy, Frost Plus Trap, Heartsick Baby, Blackheart Bonnie, Serpent Mangle, Cur Springtrap, Little Red Chica, and Moldy Cupcake, Big Bad Foxy, Darkwater Bear Endo, Sunken Toy Bonnie, Piranha Plush Trap, Clockwork Ballora, Aeronaut Toy Freddy, and Jetpack Balloon Boy.
Here's... Goes without saying, I don't even need to tell you who this is. This is my dad.
Scott wanted to capitalize on his designs a little bit more and really didn't want the YouTube tutorials to have all the fun. So he made a book teaching kids how to, draw murder robots. How to Draw Five Nights at Freddy's, an AFK book, and Five Nights at Freddy's official coloring book, an AFK book, were both released on January 2nd, 2021. And since I don't have much to say about these books, I'm going to try and follow a guide to draw one of these characters. Released February 7th, 2023, the character encyclopedia was a theorist's dream. It answered every question about characters, gave descriptions, and would do so much for theorizing. And then it was actually released. So much misinformation, alongside some pretty serious graphical mistakes like Toy Chica's beak being a completely different color on the top, and also the fact that some characters just didn't have entries. There was no Mike entry, there was no, William Afton entry, there was nothing. Here, I'll give a list. Here we go. On page 32, the book states that Blacklight Freddy was used in the parts and service level in Help Wanted, despite actually being cut in the final game. It is possible that it may have been the same model, just blackened, but the more likely answer is that Scott just forgot that Blacklight Freddy wasn't used in the final cut. On page 163 in the description of Eleanor, it says that the story To Be Beautiful, that Sarah found Eleanor in a dumpster. This is not correct, as the story actually goes she found Eleanor in the trunk of a car in a junkyard. On page 215, the caption states that the version of Charlotte featured in the novels survived childhood. This is false, as Charlie in the novels was killed by William Afton as well. However, this version was rebuilt in a humanoid robot by her father. Flaming Springtrap, Little Red Chica, and the Great Escape Boy and Freddy are the only skins absent in the book. Scrap Trap only has an appearance in William Afton's page 206 to 207, whereas Springtrap, Burn Trap, Glitch Trap, and Springtrap skins get their own pages. On page 212, Circus Baby is mistakenly referred to as a him. Nightmare Freddy, Lefty, Helpy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Foxy, Funtime Foxy, Nightmare Ione, Endo 2, and Montgomery Gaynor are the only wrongly stated to appear in the special delivery when none of them do. However, it could be possible that they were planned to. Special Delivery was the AR game, by the way. On page 16, it states that Golden Freddy appears in Sister Location, but does not. But Golden Freddy is the name of one of the custom night challenges. On page 32, Blacklight Freddy is mistakenly stated to appear in Special Delivery, whereas it actually says that he was featured in Help Wanted instead. On page 56, Bon Bon is stated to have appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, when he doesn't. On page 126, Shadow Balloon Boy is wrongly stated to have appeared in Help Wanted. On page 193, it does not state that Old Man Consequences appears in FNAF World. On page 74, Toy Chica's upper beak is yellow. Oddly, the art depicting her on the following page correctly depicts her upper beak as orange. On pages 119 and 126, Shadow Puppet and Shadow Balloon Boy use art of their phantom counterparts. On page 133, the art depicting Lucky Boy shows his sign saying, "It's your lucky day." This is wrong because in Sergo's Lucky Day, the sign actually says, "I'm a lucky boy." This mistake is also made in the description. On pages 134 and 135, an image of Endo 02 is used in Endo 01's page. Pages 214 to 215, art depicts Charlie Emily with graphic novel art of her teen counterpart from the novel trilogies, whereas she's only a child in the games. It also talks about only child Charlie from the games in the character encyclopedia, even though again they show the graphic novel art from the novel trilogy where she's a teenager. While some of these details are a tiny little bit nitpicky, it cannot be denied that these are some major errors on Scott or Steelwool's parts. Also, major characters were completely left out of the book, instead being replaced by kinda meaningless and useless FNAF AR skins with the most generic descriptions imaginable. This book saddens me, but there is always something that cheers me up whenever I'm down. Food. It's a cookbook. I'm not sure what else to say. 40 different recipes that were released on January 11th, 2023. For the sake of making this video longer, I'm going to make a recipe from the book, specifically barbecue sauce. You know, this entire video has gotten me into a really Christmassy mood, a cheery mood even. So much so that I think there's one thing I really want a lot for Christmas. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just a few things I need. I don't care about the books underneath the Fazbear tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my sanity come back. All I want for Christmas is a therapist.